For this first group, we wanted to start out by looking at privacy and digital rights. First, by focusing on some specific new concerns, and then by looking at a new way to look at making the case for privacy. And to kick us off this afternoon, I'm going to introduce Jameson Spivack, Deputy Director for U.S. Policy from the Future of Privacy Forum, with a presentation called Data on the Mind, Mental Privacy and Neural Data Regulations in the U.S. Welcome.
Thank you, Shaya. Hello, everyone. As Shaya said, my name is Jameson Spivack, and I'm Deputy Director for U.S. Policy at the Future of Privacy Forum. Today, I want to talk to you about your brain. More specifically, I want to talk about an emerging set of technologies that monitor, measure, or modulate your brain and broader nervous system called neurotechnologies. I also want to talk about how these powerful new tools could be used, how they might impact our privacy and safety, and how policymakers are thinking about regulating them. So to start, what are neurotechnologies? Neurotechnologies refers to a range of devices that connect the human nervous system to computers, collect and analyze nervous system data, and in some cases even act upon the body. There are three major types: invasive tools, which require surgery to implant electrodes in or on the brain; minimally invasive tools, which require surgery to parts of the body other than the brain; and non-invasive tools, which sit completely outside the body, such as wearable devices. Currently, more invasive tools are generally limited to healthcare settings, such as brain implants that allow people with mobility or motor function issues to interact with the computer. However, both invasive and non-invasive neurotechnologies are increasingly being developed for the consumer market as well, most often to track neural data for purposes such as increasing productivity, improving sleep, and alleviating stress. Neurotechnologies can capture significant amounts of neural or neurological data. This includes data not just about the brain, but anything involving the central or peripheral nervous system, which includes the brain, the spinal cord, and the peripheral nerves throughout the body. Your nervous system is responsible for sensing important changes in your environment and transmitting electrical signals to parts of your body to respond to those changes. So to give you an example, if you touch a hot stove, pain receptor nerves in your skin will send a message to your brain that something isn't right, and your brain will send signals back to your hand muscles telling them to move your hand. Neurotechnologies that measure or potentially control the organs of the nervous system are thus dealing with very critical, potentially sensitive information about the body and its relationship to the world around it. Data about our bodies in general can potentially reveal some of our most private information: health conditions, sexual orientation, race, religious beliefs, personality, interests. But neural data in particular could provide insight into what bioethicist Nita Farahani calls the final frontier of human privacy, the mind. This data is core to who we are and to the most intimate parts of our identities. Protecting this data is key not only to maintaining our dignity, but also to preventing discriminatory or otherwise harmful decisions made on the basis of our sensitive data. Particularly when combined with AI and integrated into everyday consumer products like wearables and smart devices, neurotechnologies could pose a significant privacy risk. So given the sensitivity, it's critical that people are protected from any of these potential risks. In the US, neural data generated and shared in the context of a relationship between a healthcare provider and a patient will be covered by the Health Insurance Portability and Accessibility Act, or HIPAA, and may be covered in a consumer context as health data in states with consumer health privacy laws. In the consumer market more generally, where health and wellness technologies are growing in popularity, neural data will be covered by comprehensive consumer privacy laws to the extent that neural data is personal data, meaning that people have, in jurisdictions with consumer privacy laws, will have some baseline level of protection for this data. But is this enough? Should neural data be subject to heightened protections given its particularly sensitive nature? Some lawmakers think so. So 4 states, California, Colorado, Connecticut, and Montana now have laws clarifying that neural data is sensitive data under these states' existing privacy laws and thus receive stronger protections than just regular personal data. Other lawmakers have taken different approaches, such as legislation that would establish new categories of neuro rights, like the right to mental privacy, an approach that has gained momentum more outside of the United States, such as in Chile, which enshrined protection of brain activity and mental integrity into its constitution. In the US, about 15 bills regulating neural data have been introduced in 2025, which is up from 3 last year and just 1 in 2023, indicating expanding lawmaker attention to this issue. Considering how rapidly the neurotechnology industry is developing, concerns about neural data's implications for privacy and autonomy are likely only to grow. That's all I have for you. Thank you for your time.